Hey, this is Justin with Browning's Reliable Cars here in Wichita Falls, and just wanted to take a few minutes and go over the vehicle history report, kind of what it does, who provides them, what they're for, how you can use them, and even what we use and why we use them. So real quickly, if you are looking at a used vehicle of any kind, and you want to know a little bit more about its history, maybe where it's been, try to find out about particular insurance loss, salvage, flood, any of the major title branding issues, then a vehicle history report is probably something you're going to want to look for. Most of your dealers nowadays, including ourselves at Browning's Reliable, we provide Carfax on each of our vehicles. We are a Carfax Advantage dealer. So that allows us to run Carfaxes on every vehicle that we own and provide links to them in each of our vehicle listings. So anything you see on our website, they will have those. So first off, a little bit of disclosure on vehicle history reports, because there's a few places you can get them from. Please take them with a grain of salt. They are a guide, and I will tell you, if you will actually go in and read the fine print, because I have, you will get a certain amount of information from each provider, and it will be different because their sources are different. Carfax gets a lot of its information it purchases from different companies and insurance providers, states, things like that. Autocheck is more heavy into auto auction information, so there will be things that are announced at auto auctions that will be on Autocheck that will not be on Carfax. So they're all a little bit different. I found one just kind of searching around today called Free VIN Check Info, which it was actually the first free one I'd found that had some pretty decent information in it, so I'll show you that here in just a minute. But just use them as a guide. It will give you a little information, especially if you're looking at something that's maybe out of state, maybe a place you got to travel to, or something you're looking at online, and it's through an individual or a dealer that does not provide that kind of information. These are some sources for you. So the first one we come to here is just I've got the Carfax page up. You just go to Carfax.com. It's going to bring up their reporting page here. When you go in, you can view a sample report right here. It'll give you a little bit of a sample of what a report's going to look like before you actually enter the information. The thing with Carfax is, depending on kind of what your shopping needs are, you have a single report which you can buy for $39.99, 3 reports at $59.95, or 6 at $99.95. This is a deal where if you are honed down on one vehicle and you know for sure you just need the report on that one, then obviously the $39.95 will suit you just fine. If you're kind of shopping, you think you're going to need to run more than one report, then obviously these other ones here may be a little bit better for you. Excuse me. And this will give you a little bit of a listing as to what they actually check. But you enter your information in here. You'll need the VIN number on the vehicle. Or also Carfax has an option to, let me show you this here, to enter a plate and state. I personally would rather have the VIN number. The VIN number is specific to that vehicle. If for some reason the seller was to give you a plate number that was possibly not correct or got taken off another car, who knows, then you're not going to get the correct information. So save yourself some hassle there. And obviously Carfax has gotten into a lot of other stuff. I mean, they've got their own used car listings now, value page, lots of other things that they dive into. Another one is Autocheck, which is going to be Autocheck.com. They are another source. Really, Carfax and Autocheck are your two main commercial sources for vehicle history reports in the U.S. They provide them for most auto auctions and dealerships nationwide. Their prices are a little bit different, a little bit cheaper actually. The single report for them is $24.99. You get 25 reports for up to 21 days at $49.95 or $99. And then 300 reports for 21 days for $99.95. So a lot more reporting with Autocheck. And you're probably thinking, well, I must not be getting as good of information through Autocheck as I am Carfax. That's not exactly true. You're getting different information. Here's the thing. You see and hear Carfax everywhere commercially. Well, to advertise like that, it costs money. And even though us dealers pay a ton to be members of Carfax and retrieve our reports, it still costs a fortune for Carfax to advertise like they do, market themselves, and pay for the information that they receive from these companies. So they've just got higher overhead than Autocheck does. So that alone is going to be one of your largest differences in the cost of the reports. Here is the free one I found. This is called VinCheck.info. And this one actually is other than all the the pop-ups from Google and all your advertisement stuff, this thing actually gives you some pretty good records, especially for being free. So this is something I might just check first. Over here is it's going to give you some different pages, so you can jump directly to pages here directly if you want to, or go all the way through. Gives you just this summary here, of some of the main stuff you're probably going to want to know, and then brings it down here and opens it up a little bit more. Gives you some sales records there, market value, ownership cost. You can get some detailed records there. And then you can go back up here and, like I say, jump straight to title history report. And then this is where you get into actually having to fill out a little information to get that. I'm not really sure what that's about. But there again, recalls and defects, if you want to know about that. This will give you some recall information, which you're also going to get with your other vehicle history reports, but this one, of course, is free. Vehicle specs. This is something that's a little bit different. You don't get this on the other reports. So if you're looking at a certain car and you want to kind of pin down some certain specific information on the vehicle without having to go to a bunch of different places to find it, this is actually a pretty good source for that. So like I say, other than all the ad pop-ups and stuff like that, but VinCheck info, that's what that one is there. So gonna show you real quick. So this is just a Carfax history report that I pulled up through our system today on a 2011 Ford Edge Sport. So it's going to give you some basic information here on powertrain, VIN number, and then you've got this summary up top that's going to give you this information here that'll just be kind of a red flag type situation that'll just kind of give you some kind of a heads up there at the top. Get down here, it's going to add a few things. You're going to get into your total loss area. If you've got all green check marks here, it's going to be considered what they call a clean Carfax. No accidents, no odometer issues, no airbag deployment, no structural damage, no title issues as far as total loss goes. And then this particular one has no open recalls. You go down a little farther, it's going to break it down, and then it's going to give you these records for the first owner. And it's going to go by date, it's going to have mileage entries, where the service was done or the record or transaction was done. It'll give you, if it's a service history, it'll give you a little more information here as far as what was done to the vehicle. And these are typically going to be new car stores that will report this. You will have some independent garages that do, but it's mostly going to be your franchise dealers that report to this. If you have a recall, this is what they're going to look like. It's going to give you usually a program or recall number of some sort, tell you a little bit about what it is, but of course, there again, you'll want to call on an actual factory recall. You'll want to call the dealer specifically. The actual, like in this case, Ford Motor Company, your local Ford dealer, give them your VIN number. They will check through their Ford computer as to whether or not that recall is still need to be done or not on that particular vehicle. Second owner here, there again, dates, mileage entries, where service was done and what was done to the vehicle. So that's pretty well a Carfax report. That's what it's going to give you. So if you're looking at a vehicle, you've got certain things you're looking for. Maybe it's been wrecked. Maybe you are concerned if the mileage is correct. So you want to look for a mileage inconsistency, anything like that. This will just give you some good basic knowledge going in. I run these on every car that I'm looking at to purchase even. Even being a dealer, it still helps me. It gives me some history of the vehicle. Lets me know where it's been, maybe what's been done to it, and can definitely help out in a purchase. So on our website, the way we've got them listed, so when you go to our homepage, this is it here, it's browningsreliable.net, and you can go straight to, we'll just go to all cars for sale. So just like this one here, so the very first listing, it's got these broken down into independent listings, and then it's got the Carfax link here. You can select that, and then it will give you that information. This is more of a retail. This is actually what you would see on a retail side. The one I had up was more of a dealer type history report. This will give you the history report here. Like I said, gives you all the same information. Here's a damage report. If you want to know what they look like, they're actually have got to where they're telling you where the vehicle was damaged. If they have more information, they'll give it. They usually don't. It's usually pretty just kind of general as to where the vehicle might have been damaged. Sometimes it doesn't even have that. Recall information, all the typical stuff. You can get into vehicle highlights. This is just kind of something that's more of a quick show of what it's got. If it's a vehicle that's fairly new and you're curious if it still has any type of factory warranty, this warranty check button is a way to do that. Right down here, it'll give you all the factory information from the coverages. You can get a pretty good idea there. Or if you're unsure, you can enter the current mileage on the vehicle, recalculate the warranty, and then it'll change all this in here and let you know what kind of coverage you still have. Obviously on this vehicle, it's all been expired. And then their buyback guarantee. There again, I've been through this with them. Yes, they have a buyback guarantee, but it's still with these terms and conditions. If you actually go through the trouble to read it, you'll see that it's just strictly based on the information that they're given. So I hope that helps you out a little bit with getting a vehicle history report, what they look like, what you can use them for. They are helpful. Like I say, I use them every day in purchasing vehicles that we get ready to sell. Or if I have an individual that brings a trade-in on the lot, I run a Carfax on it. Just to give me some quick title information and history on it. So hopefully this helps you out. If you've got any questions about it, you're welcome to message us or give us a call at the office at 940-696-2277. If you're in the Wichita Falls area and shopping for a car, please take a look at our site at browningsreliable.net, and we'd be glad to help you out with that. I appreciate it. Have a good day.